Hello students, I hope you are staying at home and keeping yourself safe. At the same time, I hope you are studying, okay? And it's very important to keep in touch with your books. So today is your first online biology class, okay? And we will be starting with the chapter 5, that is your endocrine system and adolescent, okay? So today we'll start with your first session of your class.
Hello students, so today we are gonna discuss and study about your endocrine system and adolescence, which is in our biology chapter 5. Okay, so first of all, let's have an introduction about your endocrine system. So we know, right, our body have a different type of systems. Okay, it consists of different systems, like you have your circulatory system, right? Then you have your respiratory systems and your nervous systems. And we all know that these systems, they perform specific functions in our body, right? So without this system, these systems also include different types of organs. So remember, our organs together, they form a system, just like your circulatory systems will have organs, okay? Two, three, four organs, they'll work together and form your circulatory system. Then you'll have your respiratory systems, where you'll have some organs which they work together, okay? So at the same time, even our body, they have a specific gland, okay? They have specific glands, and then these glands, they release different chemicals directly in our body. Remember that even in our body, there is a release of chemicals, okay? And then it is being released by your glands, okay? And then these chemicals are being released in your bloodstream, okay? And then these glands which are involved, okay, in secreting these chemicals are known as your endocrine glands, okay? And the chemicals which they produce, okay, are called as your hormones, okay? So these hormones, they are the chemical substance that is released in one part of your body, that means that released in one part of your gland, okay? And then they help in regulating the activity of cells in other parts of your body, okay? As well as these hormones, remember that they regulate, or they help in regulating the growth and development of your body. So you should know that the glands and the hormones, they play an important role in our body. So these hormones, okay, the term hormones was given by two British scientists, okay, British scientists, that is Bayliss and Starling, in 1902, okay? So these two scientists, they gave this term hormones, okay, in 1902, okay? And then these hormones are released from your target organs, okay, to bring a specific action. So whatever hormones that are being secreted from your body, okay, they perform a specific action. They are not useless, instead they are very useful for maintaining your body. So our body, okay, this endocrine system, okay, what do? They work in coordination, okay, with the nervous system, and also they perform your different body functions, okay? So endocrine system is very important, just like your circulatory system, respiratory system, and your nervous system. Your endocrine systems also, they work in coordination, okay? So this endocrine system, they'll consist of your glands, okay? So they work in a coordinated manner, okay, along with your nervous system, and they also perform your different body functions, okay? And then our body, they contain two kinds of glands, okay? The first one you have is your endocrine glands, and the second one you have is your exocrine glands. So your endocrine glands, they are also known as your ductless glands, okay? So what do? Is that since they are ductless glands, okay, they do not have a duct, so whatever hormones they secrete, okay, they go directly into your blood capillaries, okay? So it will not get stored. What will they do is that they will secrete, okay, they will secrete it out, and then they will directly secrete into your blood capillaries, okay? So those glands which have ductless glands will be your thyroid, okay, parathyroid, pancreas, etc., okay? Whereas your exocrine glands, they will release a hormone through the duct, okay? They have duct, Are you clear? So what will they do is that they have duct, they can also store the hormones. Okay, they can store the hormones, and then later they discharge their secretion on the body surface. Okay, since they have duct, they can store the hormones, and when they want to secrete it out, they secrete it on the body surface. Remember, endocrine glands, they secrete it in the blood capillaries, whereas your exocrine glands, they release it on your body surface. So both of them, they release hormones. Okay, one has a ductless, that your exocrine glands, the other one has a duct. Okay, and the second point is that this endocrine glands, they will secrete hormones directly in their blood capillaries, whereas exocrine glands, they can store the hormones, as well as when they secrete it out, they will not secrete in the blood capillaries, they will secrete out in your body surface. For example, you have is your sebaceous glands that is in your skin. As I've told you that they will secrete out the gland, they will secrete out the hormones that is through your sebaceous glands that is in the skin, that is will be in the form of your sweat. Then you have your salivary glands. Okay, and then the salivary glands, you know that they secrete they will help you in secreting out those hormones. Okay, as well as you have your gastric glands that is located in the walls of your stomach. So if you want to be more clear about the difference between your endocrine glands and your exocrine glands, you can refer to your textbook, biology textbook, that is on page 66, table 5.1. Okay, in figure 5, in table 5.1, you will see the difference between your exocrine and your endocrine glands. Then in your book, you will find the term called endocrinology. This endocrinology, they are the branch of biology, okay, that are concerned, that studies about your structure and function of your endocrine glands. Okay, so if they ask you what is an endocrinology, that is just the study of the structure and function of your endocrine glands. That is when you study about the function and the structure of, like for example, your thyroid gland, your pituitary gland, your adrenal gland, your pancreas, they are known as your endocrinology. Okay, this endocrinology was founded, or we can say that the father of this endocrinology is your Thomas Edison. Okay, and remember, there are some organs that responds to hormones. Okay, the organs that responds to hormones are known as your target organs. Okay, and these target organs, they produce immediate response. Okay, they will not wait for it. Okay, so as soon as when they receive a hormone, they will give an immediate response. When they give that immediate response, okay, they will start doing their work. So that's why they are known as your target hormones. Okay, at the same time, your endocrine gland, your endocrine system, they have 7 ductless glands. Okay, but here in your book, we are going to study only about your endocrine glands. Okay, and when you study about the endocrine glands, you will be studying about your thyroid gland, you will be studying about your pituitary gland, you will be studying about your adrenal gland and your pancreas. So I just made a flow chart in this way so that you could understand. These are some of the important points on your thyroid glands. Okay, so first we'll move on to your thyroid gland. And in your thyroid gland, it is a bilobe and is situated in the front of your neck below the larynx. Okay, I will show you the diagram later. So this thyroid gland, okay, they are located in the front of your neck below the larynx. So what do they do is that I told you, since they are glands, so obviously they'll be responsible for secreting out a hormone. Okay, and the hormone that they secrete out is known as your thyroxine. Okay, so this thyroxine, they will help in regulating your metabolism, the growth, development and body temperature. Remember that these thyroxines will be regulating all these functions. So regarding like regulating the metabolism, it will be including like the process by which your body will convert what you eat and drink into energy. So whatever you eat, okay, and whatever you drink, this thyroxine will help you to get converted into energy. Okay, then at the same time, sometimes some people, they suffer from too much secretion of your thyroxine, or we can say this hormone, thyroxine hormones. Or sometimes some people, okay, their body function in such a way that they will have too much secretion, or they might have a less secretion, and that can lead to a certain type of illness. Okay, so when your gland is underactive, that means when they do not secrete enough hormones in your body, okay, a person can suffer from hypothyroidism. Okay, gland underactive means when they secrete too less hormones than your body requirement, a person can suffer from hypothyroidism. Okay, so that means when they cannot make enough thyroid, okay, in your, when they cannot make enough thyroid hormone, okay, and then this, and also when there is too little thyroid hormone in the blood. Remember that as I've told you that the endocrine glands, they secrete the hormones directly in the blood capillaries, right? So your thyroid glands is also under endocrine glands, that means they are ductless glands. So when they secrete those thyroid hormones in your blood capillaries, okay, and when there's too little thyroid hormones that is being secreted in the blood capillaries, the person can suffer from hypothyroidism. Okay, so this hypothyroidism, okay, what can it affect? It can make a person having some mental functions, okay, the energy level will be disturbed, they will have weakness, as well as they will have constipation. Then comes what happened is that I think you have often seen some people, they have a swelling, okay, at the part of their neck region. Okay, so this swelling at the part of, sometimes it used to be swollen so big. If you want to see the picture of a person suffering from goiter, you can refer your textbook in page 66, figure 5.2. Okay, so in that figure they have shown you a person whose neck region has been swollen up. It's been swollen so big. Okay, so when a person suffering from swelling of the neck region, it is because the person's thyroid gland, it swells up. Okay, so when the person's thyroid gland swells up, a person tends to suffer from goiter. Okay, so this goiter, what happens, why do you suffer, is that when you do not have enough iodine. Okay, so when you do not have enough iodine, a person can suffer from goiter, which leads swelling of your thyroid gland. At the same time, I told you that your body should not have too much secretion of your thyroxine or less secretion of your thyroxine. So a person, when they have too much secretion, or we can say over secretion of hormones, it can lead to hyperthyroidism. Okay, so when a person suffers from hyperthyroidism, they will have a weight loss. Okay, the cellular respiration will increase. Okay, that means they'll have a rapid or irregular heartbeat. They will have a totally weight loss. Okay, they'll become very thin. So this happens in your thyroid glands. So here I want to show you the diagram of your thyroid gland. Okay, so here you can see this part, this portion is your thyroid gland. Okay, they have the right lobe and they have the left lobe. Okay, so this thyroid gland, I told you, remember I was talking about the goiter. So in this thyroid gland, okay, if this part swells up, a person will suffer from your from goiter. Okay, so this is the figure of your thyroid gland. So this part is the thyroid gland where it is situated. Okay, so they are bilobe. This portion is known as your bilobe structure. Now next, let's move on to the second endocrine glands, that is your pituitary glands. Okay, so this pituitary glands, I will show you the diagram later. So this pituitary glands, okay, they hang from the base of your midbrain. You know that your brain consists of your cerebellum, and your medulla. Okay, so where do they stay is that they hang in the base of your midbrain. Okay, so they are also known as your master gland. Why they are known as your master gland is because they control the functioning of all the other glands. That means thyroid glands, adrenal, pancreas, all these glands, okay, they are being controlled by your master gland. Remember that the brain controls all your body functions, right? All your body activities, everything, your brain controls everything, right? So at the same way, your glands, okay, all the glands that is present in your body, okay, like your pituitary gland, thyroid glands, all these are being controlled by your a pituitary gland. That's why they are known as your master gland. And then this pituitary gland, they have two parts, that is your anterior lobe and your posterior lobe. Okay, so this anterior lobe and this posterior lobe, they are responsible for secreting two types of hormones. Okay, so the anterior lobe will secrete another hormones and your posterior lobe will secrete another hormones. Okay, so when it comes to your anterior lobe, okay, they are responsible for producing growth hormones. Okay, they are responsible for producing growth hormones. That means they will stimulate, or they're responsible for the growth of your body. Then comes your posterior lobe. Okay, so this posterior lobe, they will secrete a hormone known as your oxytocin. Okay, so this oxytocin, okay, they are responsible for the contraction of the uterus in pregnant women, as I have discussed with you in the last previous chapter. Okay, so the same way, like when a pregnant woman, when they start contracting, okay, in the uterus, so this oxytocin hormone, okay, they will be responsible for stimulating while they are contracting in the uterus in the pregnant women. Okay, so as I have told you that too much secretion of hormones or less secretion of hormones can lead to disease or can lead to some malfunctioning in your body. Okay, so when there is a deficiency of growth hormone, okay, when there is a less secretion of growth hormone, a person can lead to dwarfism. Okay, dwarfism means that is short in size. Okay, so what will happen is that a person will, especially it happens in a children, so a children will not able to grow properly. Okay, they will remain short, because when there is a deficiency of a growth hormone, your body cannot grow up to the height which is being required. Okay, then another one is that when there is too much secretion of growth hormones, it can lead to gigantism, that it mainly happens in the young, as well as acromegaly, that happens in the adult. Okay, so gigantism means when there is an unusual or abnormal growth in young people. Okay, they might be abnormal growth in any parts of the body. Okay, that is because when there is too much secretion of growth hormone. And acromegaly means it mostly happens in adult. Okay, so what happens is that when a person suffering from acromegaly, what will happen is that they will have the bones, okay, the bones in their body, they will increase in size. Okay, especially in the hands and feet. Okay, they will also have a change, a face shape. Okay, their face shape will also have a change. Okay, and they might also have an abnormal growth, or there'll be an increase in size in any part of their body. This happens when a person suffers from acromegaly. So this is your brain. Okay, the diagram of your brain. You have here your cerebrum, you have here your cerebellum, and then you have here your hypothalamus, and then I hope you can see this is the pituitary. Okay, so this pituitary are located in your midbrain, and what do? They are responsible for controlling the functioning of all the other glands. The next gland which we are going to talk about is your adrenal gland. Okay, so this adrenal gland, they are like a cap like structure that are located on each kidney. We all know that we have two pairs of kidney. Okay, so on top of this kidney you'll have a cap like structure that is known as your adrenal gland. So in this adrenal gland you'll have, since your kidney is 2 in number, this adrenal gland also will be 2 in number. Okay, and they'll be located on each of your kidney. And then remember, this adrenal gland will also secrete a hormone. Okay, and then these hormones are known as your adrenaline hormones. And then these adrenaline hormones, what do is that they help in regulating your blood pressure. Okay, not only that, suppose your body is going to meet any emergency, okay, so, or any shock. Okay, if your body is going to receive any shock or anything like some emergency which happens in your body, okay, this gland will prepare itself. Okay, they will prepare themselves so that any emergency which your body meet, they will able to control them. okay, and also they will be able to fight. Okay, they will always be ready to fight any emergency or anything that your body is gonna face. This adrenal glands, the hormones, okay, which they secrete, that is the adrenaline hormones, they will be prepared and they will be ready to fight. That's why they are also known as your emergency hormone. Not only that, what happen is that when a person, okay, like they also help in maintaining your salt and water balance in the body. So whatever salt and water you have inside your body, these hormones, they'll help in balancing them so that you will not have too much of water in your body or excess of salt in your body. So these hormones, they will help in maintaining the balance. At the same time, when there is too much of secretion of adrenaline, okay, a person will not be able to be active, okay. And also I forgot to include the point is that your adrenal glands, they also help you to respond to stress. So this is the structure of your adrenal gland, okay. This is your two kidneys. So on top of the two kidneys, okay, you will have like a cap like structure. Look, so this structure looks like a cap, right? It looks like it's covering the, it looks like a hat for the kidney. So this is your adrenal gland, and you have, I told you that since you have two kidneys, you'll also have two adrenal glands. One is your right adrenal gland and the second one is your left adrenal gland.